I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. Yeah. I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. I give thanks, I give thanks. What up, cousins? What's good? It's your girl, the Alchemist, here bringing you the art of transformation infused with so much flavor and so much culture, y'all. That's where I said flavor and culture. And if you haven't already, just watch the video, okay? And figure out what you want to do by the end of it. But what up, y'all? Welcome to this session, this intuitive therapy session. How are you? I am your neighborhood Keisha. Your neighborhood alchemist, your neighborhood healer. What's poppin', y'all? So, if you are new to my channel, this is an intuitive therapy session where we will use our intuition, our spirits, and the guidance from the Most High, from that which is bigger than us, from life, from love, to just tap into some things that we need to resolve, okay? And in this session, we're going to talk about what's blocking you creatively. We're going to talk about why those blocks are there, where they're coming from, and what role you are playing in holding on to them, okay? And anything that I say to you, I'm not afraid to say to myself. So, don't be mad. Just open up your heart, So I like to start with breathing, a little meditation, and then we pray. And then we're just going to get into it, okay? Whenever you are watching this, I am filming it on Friday the 13th. So even thinking about the energy of that divine feminine, okay? That sacred wisdom, okay? Okay. So let's start with the breath first. And for the breathing, I think I'm also going to do a little just sound medicine as well. So just get cozy, get comfy. Don't overthink it. I'm talking to myself. Okay. So I want you to take a deep inhale in through the nose. And I want you to exhale out of the nose. And I want you to do that again. And exhaling. And as you breathe, inhaling and exhaling, I want you to allow your breath to start to create a rhythm. I want your inhale to be the same length as your exhale. We are in 4/4 time, okay? So, so you're going to inhale. I'm going to count that out for you. So I'm going to count to 4. You're going to inhale, and I'm going to count to 4. You're going to exhale. So, starting now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 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 One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. And I want you to keep up that breathing. But this time we're going to add another step. And we're going to inhale We're going to hold, and then we're going to exhale. Okay? Okay. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Back to regular. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. You're doing good. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Actually, I want you to just keep up this rhythm. You breathe. And I'm just going to take us into prayer. Okay? I thank you, I thank you. I thank you, I thank you. I thank you, I thank you. I give thanks to love. I thank you, I thank you. I thank you, I thank you. I thank you, 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 I thank you. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. I give thanks to love, I give thanks to life, I give thanks, I give thanks. I give thanks, I give thanks to gratitude, I give thanks to gratitude, I give thanks to heart, to mind, to body, to spirit, I give thanks to bones, I give thanks to bones, I give thanks to bones, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you love, I thank you love, I thank you joy, I thank you joy, I give thanks, I give thanks, I thank you Most High, I thank you for life, I thank you for life, I thank you for life, I thank you for breath, I thank you for breath, I thank you for body, I thank you for story, I thank you, 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 I thank you Holy Spirit, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, and I thank you again, even when I don't want to, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you for all that I am, for all that I'm becoming and unbecoming, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you for life. I thank you for clarity. I thank you for presence. I thank you for sovereignty. I thank you. I thank you for spirit. I thank you for heart. I thank you for heart. I thank you for heart. I give reverence and honor to the Most High, to my honorable ancestors, to those who prayed me into existence, to those who live within my bones, live within my song. I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for your purpose. I thank you for the lessons of your lives. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I honor thee. I give reverence and honor to all that I am, to all that I am becoming, unbecoming, to my angels, to my Ori. I thank you. I give honor to joy, to my inner child. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, 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 I thank you. I thank you, Holy Spirit, for every person who watches this video. I thank you for every honorable ancestor represented in this session. I thank you for every angel, for every guide. I thank you for water, for fire, for earth, for air. I thank you for clarity. I thank you for clarity. I thank you for grounding. I thank you for love. I thank you for love. I thank you for breath, for body, for bones. I thank you for purpose, for your purpose. I thank you. 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 I thank you, God. I thank you, God. I thank you, God. I thank you, God. I thank you for clarity. 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 I thank you for understanding. I thank you for understanding. I thank you for wisdom. 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 I thank you for wisdom, God. I thank you. I ask that you speak through me, that you move through me, that you speak through me, that you sing through me, that you allow this session to reveal what needs to be seen, what needs to be heard, what needs to be felt, what needs to be released. I call on you to shift, to shake loose all stagnant energy, all strongholds, to bring them down, every high place to bring them down. I thank you. I thank you for clarity. I thank you for clarity. I thank you for clarity and understanding. I thank you for clarity and understanding. I thank you. I thank you for wisdom. I thank you for love. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. I thank you. I thank you, Holy Spirit. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, Holy Spirit. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, Holy Spirit. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. The core issue. I thank you for creation. I thank you for all the ways that creation shows up in our life, through the arts, through the way we love, through the way we embody ourselves, through the way we move. I thank you for all the ways in which creation shows up in our lives. I thank you for birth, for death. I thank you for the balance in between. I thank you. I thank you, Holy Spirit. I ask, what is the core issue, the core wound? For the collective, I come to you on behalf of the collective as an intercessory. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. What is the core wound? Blocking creativity, blocking the heart, blocking the collective heart, blocking the collective heart, blocking the creative energy and force, the core issue, the core wound, the core wound, the core wound, the core wound. We give thanks, the core wound. We give thanks, the core wound. We give thanks. I give thanks. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for enlightenment, for clarity. What are the projections? The projections, the projections, the projections, the projections, the projections. The projections, the projections. We thank you. The projections, the projections, the projections, Holy Spirit. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for wisdom. 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 The core issue. The core issue. What is being projected onto the core issue? What is being projected? Sometimes it just feels right. What is being projected? What internal actions need to be taken on behalf of the collective, on behalf of the collective, on behalf of the collective heart, in order to heal, in order to be open to creating what is new, to be able to creating what is required. Internal action required. Internal action required. Internal action required. What internal action, Holy Spirit? We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you, Holy Spirit. Internal action. What you want us to do, God? What you want us to do? What you want us to do? That one popped up twice. I give thanks. Ache, 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 oh. Ache, ache, oh. Ache, ache, oh. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And so it is. Yeah. Y'all see me sweating? I'm sweating. Okay, I had to turn the Lasco off because of the noise, but y'all, the sweat is, it cometh down. This is why I don't be wearing makeup. I'm just like, what's the point? Yeah, I just wipe my face on my scarf. It's my scarf. Mind your business. 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 I also have on a skirt. Did y'all know this? It's a skirt. Look, I got shorts on. It's an adult skirt. Who doesn't love an adult skirt? Oh, shoot. What up, y'all? So we talking about creativity. We talking about the heart. We talking about what we need to do in order to really let ourselves be open to creation, and not just creation as in like, you know, I want to paint and I want to do things. Like, those are elements of creativity. Those are ways we express creativity, but creativity itself is that life force. And so even when you think about today being Friday the 13th, when you think about that great divine feminine energy, that is the creative essence, that is that life force energy. And so this reading is going to focus on what is blocking your creative energy, what is blocking your life force energy, that chi energy, that connection to that ancient big mama ass feminine energy that wants to come up out of you. What is blocking you from being able to really embrace life? You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. So I'm going to pull from the oracle cards first, and then if we need to, we'll tap into the tarot deck. And you know what? I want to pull some of these though, just to spirit. What your children been on? What they been talking about? What they been talking about? What they haven't been able to release and let go? What stuff is popping out? What stuff is popping out? I got these nails, y'all. It's my first time getting my nails done like this in over 10 years. But I wanted to use Leo season to let myself tap into some of that energy. Some of that good energy. Some of that good energy. A few more oracle cards to tell me what your children been on. To tell me what your children been on. Oh, I got sweat in my eyes. Up. All right. Ooh. And I need a sweat rag. Good Lord. Yo, whatever makeup I got on is probably dripping. Oh. Y'all. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is very interesting. So when you think about creative energy, when you think about the way it shows up, a lot of it has to do with being able to be in flow, okay? And so most of y'all got trust issues. Most of y'all are not flowing, okay? Most of y'all don't really know how to be in flow, because in order to be in flow, it requires you to have to kind of relax, to sink, to surrender, to submit in a lot of ways, and to allow yourself to be not only the guide but to be guided, and oftentimes we want to guide before we are really willing to allow ourselves to be guided. Or you want to, you heard that quote before. It's like, got a lot of chiefs, got a lot of, everybody want to be the chief, don't nobody want to be an Indian. And the chief need the Indians. So even when you think about who's actually more valuable, like, what is the king without the kingdom? And yes, the king is the representative, and this is very tapped into even heart energy, because when you think about heart, that takes us to the sun, that takes us to Leo energy, and it is August right now. This isn't necessarily a video for, but it is August, so we are definitely in alignment with the themes and things, but when you think about the heart, you think about that Leo energy, and you think about that energy is connected to royalty. That energy is connected to monarchy. A lot of times people talk about Leo energy and it's like, I'm the king, I'm the queen. And it's like the Leo energy represents like monarchy. It doesn't just represent the king. It represents like the idea around having a court in the first place, having a kingdom, like that energy is the energy that is essentially the face of the people, but supposed to be the bridge of the people, because the king and the queen give the people something to hope for, something to look for, but they also have to, in a lot of ways, still very much so be connected and tapped into the people. So the way we look at that energy is very interesting, but it's a flow and it's a rhythm that has to go with it. And so the core issue that has popped up is rhythm. Is people, we are not in rhythm. As a collective, we are not moving in rhythm. We are not learning how to be guided. That's what I keep hearing, is be guided. Like, y'all don't know how to be guided. You don't know how to trust divine timing. And it's not even about yourself at this point. It's God. Okay, it's God that you're questioning. It's God that you're insulting. It's God that you're telling, like, and so when you think about what it means to be in rhythm, ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are gonna get brighter. I'm feeling that some people are just kind of not able to get out of this defeated energy. Like, you're having trouble creating and being creative and connecting to life because you haven't yet still allowed yourself to admit all the ways that you're denying life, that you're resenting life, that you're still not really in an energy of complete gratitude, And I feel like, again, the last session I did, this accumulation card popped up, I think, too. A lot of people are distracted by the things that they have, the material things, the titles and the awards, and it's like, none of that shit matters. That shit don't matter. That shit does not matter, I want to tap into some of these quotes. And see what they're saying. Yeah. Because for the core issue, 3 cards popped out. Okay? So it's deep. It's a deep issue. It's on a family level. It's on an ancestral level. It's like people have been passed down these blocks. People have been passed down these energies that are stopping you from being able to tap into what it is that you need to be able to tap into. But it's like, if you're dancing off rhythm, can't nobody come put you on. You gotta be the one to hear the music. You gotta be the one to decide to let your hips choose a different sway. Nobody can do that for you. But in order to do that, you also have to be able to admit that you're off beat. Okay? Because if you're walking around dancing and you having trouble admitting that you off beat, then you just looking like a fool. And it seems like you're looking like a fool because you want to, And I know that's a very shallow analogy you maybe use, like, if you're dancing, because some people just ain't got rhythm, and you can't really teach that to everybody, but just pretend like you can for the sake of this for the sake of this, what card am I looking for? I'm too busy talking to y'all. I'm not actually looking. I done passed the whole thing. If you hear dogs outside, I live in the jungle, so you can't control. That's some of y'all's issues too. Y'all too busy trying to be in control. You're not actually living. That's another thing. You think about rhythm. Once the drums get going, you don't control the drums. You fall in line. You get in the pocket. Any of your favorite rappers, any of your favorite musicians are your favorite because they know how to stay in that pocket. They know how to ride that beat. Okay, and you need to learn how to ride the beat of life in a more humbling way. Everybody's being humble, and it's time to stop resisting the humble. It's time to stop resisting humble season. So, all consume, few thoroughly digest. Ooh, did you hear that? You're not chewing your food, sweetie, okay? You're not chewing your food enough for it to be able to go down the way it needs to. Okay. So even when you think about what it means to be taking on all of these responsibilities, taking on all of these titles, even when it comes to creativity. So everybody wants to be an artist. Everybody wants to be seen. It's like, I want to be a rapper. I want to be this. I want to be that. But it's like, why? Why? Most times people who, it's not just about being able to create. And that's the thing. That's the thing with creativity. There's no stories behind it no more. It's like, y'all, what is the point of you wanting, what are you doing it for? You know, are you doing it for God or are you doing it for yourself? Are you doing it because you want to be seen? Or are you doing it because there's something in you that has to come out, that needs to be expressed? And a lot of y'all ain't in a position to humble yourselves to admit that. Where are my intentions set in? Why am I doing this? Where is this coming from? A lot of people want to get to the end point, but really do hate the process. And some people ain't never even had to experience the process, and they still somehow get to the end point. And y'all the frauds, okay? Y'all the ones that's taking up space for the real people that need to be where they need to be at. But I'm not going to, that's neither here nor there. It is here, and it's there. It's actually everywhere, and that's the problem, okay? Okay, let's see. Questions to consider. Ooh. Yeah, a lot of y'all niggas just is not grateful. I've been feeling this. Like, it's just a level of, it's a level of humility, and I don't like that word. I don't like the word because I don't like the way society understands the word. We often think that we have to lower ourselves in order to be humble. But for me, it's having to trust that there's something bigger outside of you. Having to trust, when you think about even the Leo energy. Leo energy is the lion, okay? It's a fierce energy. It's an energy that has to show up and it has to protect itself and everybody else. So it really can't afford to mess up. It can't afford to not get it done. You know, a lot of y'all Leo people, y'all done had to grow up fast. Y'all done had to really, people who embody that energy, y'all had to grow up in ways that it's still been made not pretty, but you grew up fast, but you made it look good. You always make it look good. So then people don't really recognize the ways it's struggling. I think collectively we are so used to faking it till we make it that we're not able to admit the ways in which that's blocking us from really truly being in divine timing and really truly being in rhythm. Like you think that you're doing that, but in actuality you're just controlling, and it's not even people. At this point, this reading has nothing to do with your relationship with people. This reading has everything to do with your relationship with yourself and God. You like to control God. You like to manipulate God. You tell God what to do, but you don't want to listen. You know? Let that sink in. So the core issues and the complexity part about it. Let's see the quote for that. Let's see the quote for that. Let's see the quote for that. See the quote for that. Yeah. imperfections. So complexity is one thing. That's one of the words that popped up. And avarse, avartia, avarice, avarice, avarice. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I spelled it, so you can tell me in the comments. Ooh, a nude soul is the best adorned. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Listen, this card is basically, again, going back to the gratitude, bro. Y'all greedy, okay? You asking for more than you can chew, to be honest. And you're actually asking for more than what you need to actually be satisfied. Again, this goes back to what I said. Trust in your intentions. I just like the quotes, bro. Ooh, say that wasn't a good one. Be a hater and say that wasn't a good quote. You know you thinking about it. You know you thinking about it. And then omens are the stars in our night. So again, you too busy trying to tell God what to do that you're not paying attention to what God is telling you what to do. And you keep saying you are and keep acting like you are, and it's like you're not. And the thing is, it's okay to admit that you're not. God's not actually going to be mad at you. You're the one that's creating judgment. You're the one that's bringing all that energy and negativity. You know, God's not negative. Spirit's not negative unless you're tapping into negative stuff. That's the thing. That's the thing that people don't get. Like, it don't have to be that way. But you have to humble yourself and acknowledge the ways in which you're the one allowing it to be that way, making it to be that way, forcing it to be that way. I'm going to say this 47 times during this reading. You cannot manipulate God. You cannot control God. Okay? And a lot of people out here running around telling themselves they God, and it's like, yes, recognize the ways that, like, you are of God, and, like, but there's still something bigger than you, okay? Like, period. So the thing that needs to happen in order to resolve this is submission. Is complete surrender. Complete surrender. And allowing yourself to tap back into playfulness and joy in a different way. And I'm not talking about okay, so I feel like even when you look at like the self-love movement and the way people go about like trying to invite that energy back into their life, we can get very shallow with it. And so it's like even your playfulness with life, like these nails. So to some people it might look like I just got these nails on. I haven't wore acrylic nails in almost 12 years, okay? And the reason why I gave up the nails was because I needed to like cleanse myself, because I feel like I could have been a person that grew into someone who was too big for my britches, okay? That's what my grandma Brenda used to say. Somebody who like would say a lot but wouldn't be able to follow through and would be shallow, you know, and like could easily hide behind that. And the way my trauma showed up as a child, that wouldn't have worked. It would have been ugly. So I needed to be able to just trust my foundation, whether that be my natural nails, my natural skin, my natural whatever, just the way that I show up naturally. I needed to be able to love that wholeheartedly before I could go add stuff onto it. Some people, they don't have that problem. I personally did. So me going to get my nails done, that is me inviting some playful, completely like, just, you know, it's like you have to actually do things. Let's read the quote, because the quotes, you have to actually do things that invite in a new energy. You have to reconnect to joy in a different way. And it's like, most times pride gets in the way of that, and submission. Like people, we have to submit. If what's been happening in the world isn't giving you enough like reason to want to submit to something bigger than yourself, instead of fear, not submitting to fear, because that's the problem. People run to fear so quickly. And it's like fear is, again, you feeding into the negativity. You trying to manipulate and control God. I know that's not the way it feels, and I know that's not the way it looks. But when you are fearful, that is you telling the thing that is bigger than you that, like, I don't have faith. I don't believe. That's you telling yourself that, you know? Follow pleasure wherever the way is clear. Wherever the way is clear, okay? It's like, exactly. So you got to find joy in the things that you wouldn't normally think was joyful. You have to, it's like, and that goes back to what I was saying about people being artists and people wanting to be creative and people tapping into energies for their own selfish reasons and not because they have an actual mission and purpose attached to it. It's like, Some of y'all are hella creative and hella talented, but it's like those gifts are for you. Those gifts are for you to heal and for you to make it through this world. You might not even need to share them with everybody. They might just be for you. They might be for you to teach others. You know, it's like you have to reevaluate your intentions around what it is you're doing and why it is you're doing it. You have to allow yourself to like open up to a new way of seeing the gifts, of seeing joy. You have to see the light in the dark and the dark in the light. You have to really find the beauty in the things that you would normally think was ugly. That is the way that joy comes in. When you feel like you've lost your joy, it isn't even happiness. People give happiness such a heavy responsibility. It's like you just want to be happy, and it's like happy just wants to be you. Run that back. Just run that back. Say it to yourself a few times, okay? Happy just wants to be you. You are the happiness. You create the happiness. You know, there are people who don't have all the material, people who don't have all the accumulation, and they are happy. There are people, I live in a country that people consider a third world country, and I get why it's considered a third world country because of material things. But when it comes to the spirits of the people, when it comes to the bones of the people, they are wealthy. They have way more. And you can find that. Even when you think about Black people, the way we've survived historically, it's because we had wealth. We had wealth of spirit. We had wealth of heart. You know, because we were able to find the beauty in that which was ugly. We were able to make something out of nothing. Talk about fucking divine feminine energy. What is a woman? A woman is a person. Feminine energy is energy that makes something out of nothing. That's what being a woman is, okay? You know, it's being able to create out of everything. So you have this idea of limitation, but you are the limitation. This week, my mantra to myself, or the thing I've been forgiving myself for, I forgive myself for being my own block. You are your own limitation. Why aren't you able to create? Because you too busy stuck elsewhere and not allowing yourself to really find the beauty in your life and share that. That is the art. Think about all the greats. Think about all your favorite, not in the past, like think 10 years ago, like think about Michael Jackson. Use people like that. Like think about people who really came from nothing, people who worked hard, people who really surrendered their pain, their trauma to their gifts and just allow that to make a way for them. If that's not your intention, then you need to figure out what it is you're really supposed to be doing. You know, like if that's not the place you're coming from, then you need to figure out how to get there. Okay? And I'm seeing that a lot of people are sick. A lot of people got a lot of actual sickness in your body, and like you're spiritually just not really grounded. Like there's stuff going on, womb health, like there's stuff going on like that's blocking you, but it's because of you. It's because you're not willing to change your actions. It's because you're not willing to release some things. It's because you're not willing to let go. And some of it is ancestral. Some of it is ancestral. The thing is, you have to find a way to get back grounded in your body. You have to find a way to create sanctuary within yourself, okay? And to allow yourself to really lean into speaking the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Not the truth that makes you feel good. And speaking that about all things in your life, speaking that about your job, speaking that about yourself, speaking that about your family. Like you have to start really calling things what they are, because you can't create in a cloud of delusion. What art are you creating if you're delusional? Where's that going to get you? It's already art. It already requires you to be abstract and to like, you don't need to bring delusion to the party. It's already, what? So I'm seeing that there needs to be a lot of forgiveness. Some people are dealing with this stuff, and some people got relationships that's blocking them. But these relationships ain't the blocks. It's you and how you've been interacting in a relationship. It's you and how you've been moving in a relationship. It's you, again, trying to manipulate and control God. And then you try to manipulate and control God, you try to manipulate and control anything that is connected to God. People, places, things, period. Plus yourself. So I'm just seeing that there needs to be a real coming back home to yourself and taking your health You know, some of the blocks is coming. Everything that happens spiritually manifests in us physically. So if you think about an artist, if you think about creative energy, even outside of art, even thinking about giving birth, thinking about just life, the life that lives within us, that energy, if it's not flowing, if it's not moving, then it gets stuck, it gets caught up. When you think about womb health, fibroids, all of those things, it's like when you're not allowing these energies to move, they get caught up. And then they start to have to manifest. Once the energy gets caught up, then it has to start manifesting in the physical because it doesn't know what else to do. It's energy. It needs to move. So it's like, I'm going to create. And so a lot of y'all are just creating dis-ease in your body, mind, and spirit because you won't move. You won't get out of the way, or you won't do what needs to be done in order to allow the flow to come. And for some of that, I am seeing that some people really do need to get y'all's immune system up. You get them wombs together. You need to just check them prostates, fellas. Like, it's about actually allowing yourself to make the space and to get out of your own way. Say it with me. I forgive myself for being my own block. Say it with me. I admit I am my own block. I acknowledge I am the thing that is in my way. I don't know. This reading seems pretty simple and to the point for me. Do you have any further information for your children? For your children, for the cousins across the world, for the cousins across the world. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Tower card. The tower card popped out. What does the tower card mean? You need to let that shit go. You need to let it all fall down. Oh, when it all falls down, I tell you it all falls down. And I promise, you so self-conscious. It's the insecurities, bro. And you gotta let them go. Let yourself die. Not literally, but spiritually, physically, egally. Let it die. Let it go. Stop trying to hold on to it. Stop trying to bring it with you. Stop carrying around dead bodies in your own closet, in your own self. Like, let it go. Let it fall away. Let it fall away, okay? Because the only way to really connect to life, to connect to creative energy, is to be able to tap in to your intuition. And that's why I keep bringing up the womb. Okay, and if you don't have a womb, you need to learn about wombs, okay? Because, yeah, I don't have to explain myself. I've been explaining myself this whole reading. Yeah, it's time, y'all. Be still and know that I'm God. Psalms 46:10. Okay? Okay, slow it down. I just want to get to know you. No, not even that one. You need India. You need to slow it down, baby. You're going too fast. You got your hands in the air, put your feet on the gas. You're about to wreck your future. Running from the past. You need to slow down, baby. Sometimes you need to be still before you can get ahead. Deep breath. No, for real. I've been saying this all year. I do feel like people, I've been saying this since the panoramic started, okay? We have been sat down. People have been sat down, and you're still avoiding it. You're still avoiding it. You're still trying to be places that you're not supposed to be. You're still resisting the stillness. You need to submit, period, point and blank, okay? You need to actually trust. Like the Tower card and the High Priestess popped out together. So it's like something wants to be birthed, but it's about finding that balance between the light and the dark, the shadows. It's about being able to be steady with being being in the eye of the storm and not having to flinch, really sitting with yourself. You're still blocked because you're still holding on to the parts of you that needs to let go in order to unclog the shit. Like, people still are resisting, okay? And this is the time where everything needs to fall off. You're supposed to be being still and you running. You're supposed to be healing yourself and you out drinking and doing everything. Some of y'all want to be so busy to be outside, and it's like, don't you got issues? You got all the immune disorders. You got your womb, your period. You ain't had a period in a while. You fucking dealing with fibroids and this and that. Why do you need to be outside? Where are you going? Where are you going? Like, what's happening? I'm really just feeling this energy of needing to submit, needing to allow yourself to like actually be still and know that I'm God. Let yourself hear God. Let yourself actually let God speak to you without you feeling like you need to talk back or go find the answers. If you got to get back in rhythm. It's the season to get back in rhythm. And the only way to do that is to, first off, stop letting your insecurities become it's like you've turned your insecurities into your playthings. You know, it's like your insecurities are the things that you kind of, that's who you've been partying with, for real. That's who you've been dancing with. And you've, I don't know, it's weird. Cause it's like a victim energy. It's like you're sacrificing yourself, and like your insecurities don't even want nothing to do with you. All that stuff that you holding on to don't even actually want nothing to do with you. You are your own true love, and the only way that you can allow yourself to really come together is to forgive yourself and to let your shadows and your light come together. To let the ugly parts of you be ugly, and don't try to paint them up. Let them be ugly, and then let the pretty parts be pretty, and then let them work together to help each other. Instead of just trying to completely deny this side and run to this side or put makeup on this side. It's like, you can't keep doing that. You can't keep doing that. In order for you to really tap into the creative energy, in order for you to really flow, in order for you to really get back into rhythm, you really are going to have to submit. You're going to have to let the tower moment happen. You're going to have to let all the pieces fall, you know? Instead of running around trying to pick them up or trying to stop it or trying to hold it together, hurting yourself, trying to hold something from falling that is clearly falling, you have to step back and you have to allow yourself to let go. And to let go without fear, to let go without, again, trying to control or manipulate the situation. You just gotta let yourself open. You gotta let yourself open. Open. Oh yeah, because money's coming. That's what I'm saying. Stuff is coming. Stuff is coming. But the thing is, it could be something good. Not good. It's like you could pray and be like, I want $1 million. But God wanted to give you $5 million. It's that type of stuff. It's like you have to just do the work to allow yourself to be clear. Forgive yourself. Get your health together. Create sanctuary within yourself. Get right about your truth and the truth of others. Learn to trust yourself. Really learn to let go and let your heart be open. Because this is a matter of when the opportunities are going to come, and it's a matter of are you going to be prepared when it gets there to greet you. Love is coming, but are you going to be available? You know, your music, your stuff is about to pop. You're like one painting being sold away from the person that's supposed to bring you all the things, all the exposure, everything you want. But it's like, are you going to be prepared when it gets there? Are you going to squander it all? Okay? Are you going to squander it all? Are you going to let hiding? It makes me think of, I love Whitney Houston. She got the same birthday as my mama. And I do feel like her big energy, that pride, would not allow herself to just get out of her own way. And sometimes when we don't know how to get out of our own way, it can be our demise. More times than not, it is our demise. That's what happens. And so you have to actually do the work and sustain the work. And I'm not just talking about for a month. I'm not talking about for like one fast. I'm not talking about for like 30 days. I'm talking about six months, a year. Tell yourself for this whole year, I'm going to do this. Even if I want to complain, even if I want to trip, I can't doubt for a whole year. I cannot fear for a whole year. I have to commit and do this thing for a whole year. You know, I have to tell myself, I'm beautiful every day. I have to tell myself that this situation, if you've been speaking death into something for a long time, then you have to be fair enough to speak life into it. You know, like if you're not going to let it go, and if it's stuff that is meant for you and you've been speaking death into it, then you have to do the work to speak life into it. As long as you've been speaking death, if not longer. So this is the time of like, this isn't microwave season. This isn't instant gratification time. Like, this is it. This is it. This is real life. So like this is us playing for the long haul. When you think about getting in rhythm, when you think about being there, like a whole song, like a drummer, the drummer can't just be on beat for the verse. He got to be on beat for the whole song. You know, like you have to flow the whole time. I could keep rambling, but all I think for you, I want you to remember to get out of your own way, forgive yourself for being your own block, and recognize the ways in which you've been trying to manipulate and control God. Forgive yourself for that. Because God's already forgiven you. It's just a matter of you having to acknowledge and accept what it is you've done, my dear. What it is you've done. Anyway, I don't want this video to be too long. So we give thanks for the clarity. We give thanks to the messengers. We give thanks to the angels, to the honorable ancestors and guides. We give thanks. I thank you for your life. I thank you for your breath, for your bones, for your body, for all that you are, and for all that you are becoming and unbecoming. And I speak life into you. I speak life into you. I speak life into you. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale it out. This time out of your mouth. Inhale in. And sigh it out. Inhale in one more time. And sigh it out. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. I thank you, I thank you. All right, I love you, cousin. I hope you enjoyed this session. Check out my other sessions and my other videos and blogs, all the things. Hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed, and turn on your notification bell so you can keep receiving more healing and flavorful content from your girl.